Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Sitting Ringside. This is episode number 160. Can you guys believe it? We are at episode 160 and freaking amazing. As always, I am Robert Villa, and with me, Mark M.B. Miller and Rudy Lara. David Rodriguez is MIA today. He got called in to work in the last minute. So it's just going to be a railroad. But we do have an awesome show tonight, guys. We have a guest, a returning guest. He is an MMA fighter, bare knuckle fighter, and a slap fighter, Mr. Paul Teague. He'll be jumping on here in a little bit. So look out for that. But before we get started, as always, I'm going to give my quick shout outs to HKA USA. Go to hkausa.com, buy their merch. They support fighters. We support fighters. Everybody supports fighters. Look out for that. Them so they can support more fighters. A quick shout out to also to Flow Combat, Fight TV, ESPN Plus, Sprint T, and to our partner promotions that we work with very, very closely. Go check them out. Go to FightBookMMA.com. Also, go to the website so you can get all your latest combat sports news from around the world, literally from around the world. And so go. And if you want to buy some merch, go to FightBookMMA.com. Click the merchandise tab. Mark M.B. Miller, I believe he's wearing a red T-shirt of FightBook MMA. There you go. I got the hat, and that's all I got right now. David usually wears his FightBook MMA hoodie. But he's not here. And
FightBook
Rudy?
MMA underwear.
Rudy's wearing the FightBook MMA thong, so go and check him out. Wait. Give me 1 second, guys. I just got a little. Oh shit! Breaking news from our friend from Mark Andrew Miller. It's not 100% sure, but it looks like Charles and Dariush set for UFC 288. What? Just
Dariush?
in. Yeah, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just.
Wow.
So, that's an interesting matchup. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
It's all right, I guess.
Well, it is breaking news. We just got told by our buddies out there at the other side of the pond.
No,
Obviously, they get
that's a really good fight, man. I mean, I don't know, man. I like to see how far Dariush can get pushed. If he could beat somebody like Charles Oliveira.
Oh yeah.
Looking at title contention, man. The dude he's been in the game for a long time, bro.
Shit, for sure, a long fucking time. So awesome. Well, there you go, folks.
Let's put it this way, dude. He's been in the game so long. He looks old. Look at this picture of him. He's turned gray right before our eyes, folks.
Oh yeah, man. Yep, I seen the photo. Pretty interesting that you know. I don't know, man. I mean, a lot of guys, they like to dye their hair and but you know, it's all those beatings that he's getting, man. Look at the Nogueira brothers. Look at the Nogueira brothers. They look old as fuck, but they've just been into it with so many wars that their face just gets old.
Yeah, dude, they looked like that when they were fucking 22.
Oh man. All right, back to the events that are coming up here. Starting tomorrow, we have the 2023 PFL Challenger Series number 3. Look out for the results at FightBookMMA.com. Also, LFA 152. And of course, on Saturday, we have UFC 284 and Glory 83. So I will have all those results at the website. Also in the boxing bare knuckle category, the only 2 fights that we see right now on Fight, the only one on Fight is the Three Lions promotion. And live on Showtime, it's a title fight, Rey Vargas versus Oshaki Foster. They're fighting for the vacant WBC junior lightweight title. Obviously, it's going to be a light weekend because, you know, there's a concert on Saturday or Sunday. Rihanna's going to have a concert. For some reason, there's people playing football. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Whatever. I don't even care about the Super Bowl anymore, to be honest with you, bro.
Me neither, man. I
haven't been to football in a long time. I mean, I'll watch it, watch a couple of games now and then. Don't get me wrong, it's not. It's fun. It's just it doesn't pique my interest the way, you know, combat sports MMA does.
Yep.
But either way, bro, even if it is a slow combat weekend, you know, if you're not watching every single second of every single round of every single event, every single day this weekend, and I hate to tell you,
you're not a real fight fan.
Definitely, you're not a real fight fan. On Friday? Oh, dude, and if you're not doing Dana White's Fuck It Friday challenges, 100% you're not a real fight fan.
You're not.
And if you missed episode 4 of Power Slap on Wednesday on TBS, well, my friends, you're not a real slap fan. I've been trolling the shit out of everybody, bro, with that shit on Twitter. They hate it, bro.
Let's get into it with the Power Slap. Rudy, give us a quick
It was fun, man. I enjoyed watching the. It's getting better, man. You know, like I told you from the get go. At first, when I started watching, I thought it was fucking stupid, bro. I was like, this is. I mean, it still is kind of dumb when you look at it face value for what it is, but I don't know, man. It's getting interesting, dude. It's not just these one hitter quitters anymore. These guys are actually going in there and slapping the shit out of each other. But yeah, man, it's still kind of unfair, you know, when you get to go first. Just there's no way around it, bro. There's no way around that. They can't make it any fairer than what it is. Um, but yeah, man, this last episode was cool. Like like Mark was saying, dude looked like Soraya Eubanks, man. I'm just waiting. I'm just hoping at the end of the show, like I was telling you guys, I'm just hoping that he comes out as like transgender, and then you know decides to go for the women's division.
Dude, if he comes out transgender,
I hope.
good on him.
Yep.
Good on him. You know?
That's the only way that they're gonna, dude. That's the only way they're gonna make people, you know, turn. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, we need to do something more edgy. We need to throw a few transgender fighters in here.
Yeah, I mean, look what Combate Global did. They had a transgender fighter, and everybody was shitting on them. They were the first to have. Well, they were the first to have a transgender fighter.
I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for it, bro. I'm waiting for the announcement that dude's like
dude.
some transgender chick. That would be hilarious, bro. I would love it. I'd be, you know what? I'm all in, even more than I am now. And honestly, man, I was fucking just like, kind of just trolling people with that. You're not a real slap fan shit, and it's been really bothering people, and that's just it makes it even more fun just to rub their faces in it, because they go out of their way to talk shit on Dana, bro, and anything to do with Power Slap, and it's fucking dumb. It's like, bro, if you don't like it, don't watch it, you know. Doesn't make sense. It's as simple as that. You know, if you don't like it, just keep on scrolling, bro. I mean, I got no hate for it, man. Nothing but love. Like I said, when it first started, I thought it was fucking ridiculous. This is dumb. But I've been watching, you know, every Wednesday night, me and my wife gather around the TV and get the kids, and we watch some Power Slap. There's nothing else to do on a Wednesday, bro.
Family bonding on Wednesday. Let's go, kids.
Hey, it's fun, man. I mean, it's something to do on a Wednesday night for me. You know, just watch a couple of dudes go in there and slap the shit out of each other. Just seeing everybody's reactions is crazy, bro. It's crazy. And then the shit in the house is funny, man. These guys are getting all wild, out of control. But this is getting me pumped for the Conor McGregor Chandler Ultimate Fighter. That's gonna be wild, bro. That's gonna be fucking wild.
Yeah, man. When you sent that through chat, and I had to jump on that, man, and do an article on that, because that's going to be very interesting for them two to be coaching. Now, are they going to probably, you know, talk shit to each other? Maybe. But, you know, I think during the show they might just keep it cordial.
I don't think so, bro.
No?
I think no. I think
Connor's gonna run his mouth.
You think
I think
Connor's
when
going to
the,
run his mouth?
I think from the get go, bro, these guys are going in there and they're agreeing to doing something, and I'm sure these guys have talked, and if they haven't, they're going to, and they're going to agree to, hey, you know what? Let's sell the shit out of this, bro. And at the end, you know, do what we got to do, and at the end, we'll give each other a hug and say, hey, good job. You know what I'm saying? Make a lot of money. That's
just
the
business.
point of it. Yeah, it's just a business, bro. And these guys understand that shit. Conor McGregor, Chandler, these guys understand that shit, bro. So they're gonna they're gonna sell it, and they're gonna make some money, bro. This is gonna be must see TV, man. Guaranteed.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, speaking of Power Slap, we have Paul Teague. He will be chiming in just a sec. He's going to talk to us about his experience, being on the show, what it took to be on it, just the behind the scenes that we don't all get to see. And so we're just going to wait for Paul to chime in. But before we, while we're waiting for him to jump on, back to the Conor McGregor and Chandler, that you guys are right. They do have to sell it because, the Ultimate Fighter is what actually made the UFC. With Tough One, it's one of those things that it's going to be very interesting, man. There's a lot of Conor McGregor fans out there that are rooting for him because then they're very happy that he's becoming one of the coaches, and he's going to be fighting Chandler, who's he's a fucking beast in the cage, and these guys are ready, man. These guys are ready to kick some ass.
Mm-hmm.
And I know our boy.
Better coach, I'm sure.
Now that's a good question, or a good statement there. Who's going to be the better? All right. Wait for his audio to kick in and video. What's up, Paul?
What's up, y'all? What's up? How y'all doing?
Pretty good, brother. We can't see you for some reason.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. There we go.
There we go. What's going on, brother? Long time no see, man.
I know, bro. We've been in this thing for what, 9-10 years now together.
bro, 10 fucking years, man.
It's been crazy.
I've been following Paul since day one of his fighting. Since before he even stepped in the cage and he was fighting in his fucking front yard or his backyard with his other buddies. That's how far back I've known this fool, man. Those are the fun times, huh, Paul?
Those were, boy, those were forever ago.
Oh, man. Well, Paul, thank you for jumping on and being a guest again on our show. We really do appreciate that we have returning guests. That shows that y'all are having fun here at Sitting Ringside with us. So really do appreciate it, man. I know David sent the invite for you to jump on, and unfortunately he's not able to join us tonight. He got called into work. So
yeah, I heard you say that, and that sucks. I love picking on him.
I know you do.
You can pick on the Canadian, man. You can pick on the Canadian. Mark's there. He's getting.
Nah, hey, I like my hockey boys. But I'm a Boston Bruins fan, so.
See, now that's a problem.
I know it is.
I don't know shit about
but I'm not a Patriots fan.
Oh, then that's okay.
I'm a Red Sox, a Celtics, and a Dolphin fan.
There you go. Hey, that's a big variety right there, man.
Hey, sometimes you got to go to Boston when it's cold, and then you got to go to Florida when it's warm. You can't always go to winter.
That's true. That is very fucking true, man. Well,
sometimes you need warmth.
That is true, man. So Rudy, he's our guy to give us the recaps on Power Slaps. I don't have time to watch it, man. I am so busy during the week. And I know Mark's starting to start watching it. David can't watch it because he's working. But Rudy, he's the one that tells us everything that happens on Power Slap. You announced that you were going to be on it. Then you came on, did your thing. Didn't come out the way you wanted to. But talk to us about that, man. Talk to us about the experience with getting on with Power Slap, talking to Dana, and even I don't know if you've met my boy JT Tilley.
I met JT's real people. I really appreciate him.
Yes, he is, man. JT, I've known JT for the longest time, man, and we talk a lot. And when he told me who was going to be on the show, obviously I couldn't say anything because it's confidential stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, talk to us about that. Talk to us about your experience, man.
Man, back in December, I went out to Las Vegas to basically have a slap off to try to qualify for the Dana White Slap House, which is for the Power Slap TV show that's on right now. Which unfortunately I didn't qualify. I knocked out. I got knocked out after the second slap to a guy named Michael Smith, who goes by Slap Jesus in the house. And right now he's like 3-0, which, yeah. Actually, no, he might be 4-0 now. Yeah, he's 3-0 or 4-0. That's his name, Slap Jesus, which I got slap-tized. Sure did. But I respect it because originally he was not my original opponent. They changed it 30 minutes before weigh-ins because his opponent got sick. My original opponent just broke his hand on Jules Scott's face this weekend, Andrew Provis. That was my original opponent, but they wanted me to go get Slap Jesus first. Which, but the way I looked at it, because he already had a big name from the exhibition and apparently previous experience, so I'm like, I knocked this motherfucker out. Hey, all eyes on me in the house. Hell, fuck it. YOLO. I went in there with nothing to lose. I went in there first time in the sport. And when he said he was slapping on one, I'm like, good, I ain't got to see this. I ain't got to see this motion. I can do I'm going to eat it and go to sleep, or I'm just going to eat it. I ate the first one.
Yeah, man, that first slap, because I saw it. I saw the fight, and man, he got you good. But
yeah, isn't it like a flip of the fucking coin to see who goes first? It's pretty telling, man. Most of the people who go first, they usually win.
Yeah, it's basically flip of the coin. If flip of the coin. Some people say they want to get slapped first as a mind game. I want to get hit first. Some people do, and some people recover straight from it, and some people just look. This is the way this is how I told my coach before I went in there. I said they're gonna flip a coin. I said the winner gets to pick if they want to slap first or defend first. Coach said, "What are you doing?" I said, if I win the toss, I'm getting at least my fucking one. My one, I'm guaranteed. I'm getting it. I was like, hey, I got two. I was proud of myself. I got two. That's how I felt.
Yeah, you did.
And the way I was feeling, Dana White was impressed. So now I'm coming back for March the 11th for the live pay-per-view.
Badass.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
And just say this. Also, in an earlier episode, Slap Jesus knocked out my opponent. Well, actually cut my opponent's lip. I don't know if I can release names yet because they haven't released anything yet. I haven't signed a contract, but my opponent got slap-tied by Slap Jesus too. So,
wow. Okay. Well, that's freaking awesome, man. That you're going to be on the pay-per-view, and you're going to be Dana White calls you up and says, "I want you back."
That's how. Hey, Roberto, you know me forever. I'm the one that comes out with masks. I like to have a good time.
Hell yeah!
And see, we was mic'd the whole time we was in Vegas. We couldn't leave the hotel rooms. They brought us everything. We was mic'd up. Everybody was together, we was mic'd up because they didn't want to catch anything that they didn't want to miss anything or anything. So we're sitting, and it's crazy because we're all sitting there just talking shit and forget we're mic'd up. I was like, man, I said, This ain't the kind of escort I was hoping to get in Vegas. and then one of the guys was like, man, he's like, we in Vegas. He said, can I at least get an escort to the dispensary, bro?
They're like, nope.
Dispensaries are awesome, man.
And it was serious. He's like, from where I come from, it ain't legal, so we don't have them on every corner.
Yeah.
He said we do, but it's not legal. But dude, it was like it was great. Like the production team the everybody from the UFC that was there to help out. Dana White, dude. Dana White shook my hand and straight up said, it was an honor and a privilege. He said you're one of the first. He said you're on one of the first power slappers. He said there's not a lot of there's not a lot of slappers out here. He said so you're helping start this build up. I said I did the same thing for the BKFC. I said I didn't get on to one of the later cards. I said but I was always there trying to get on the card since day one, trying to build them up. I said and now I have fought for them 3 times. Fortunately, I've lost 3, but I've been there. I'm growing with them. I'm growing with the sport, and I'm not planning on quitting anytime soon. Now that I've got, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm going through a divorce. As of Valentine will be 1 year separated. So I got rid of my non-supportive, toxic ex-wife. That's why my career started going down. That's why my career started going down because I didn't have the support that I needed. I felt like I needed, and it just. Yeah, it got me to a point where I just wanted to call it quits a few times, which I did. I quit. I called MMA quits, and then just wanted to focus on bare knuckle. But since then, I've had like 5 MMA fights. So, and then I got joined this. I'm friends with a bunch of groups on Facebook, and I came across this Power Slap thing. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it out. At first, I was like, it might not be real or nothing. But then Sal, who's one of the producers for The Ultimate Fighter. Hits me up. He's like, "Hey, Paul, blah, blah," and just sends me all the information and everything, and then bam, I'm on the show.
What was your initial thought, man, when you heard about the sport or just had heard anything? Did you hear? Had you seen? I know. I mean, I'm sure you're on social media. You've seen videos of the Power Slap before it was Power Slap. I mean, what did you think about it?
My honest opinion.
Yeah, my honest opinion, I thought it was fucking stupid, That
well,
was my honest opinion.
I've always been one of those that likes to try everything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get on a bare knuckle MMA card too, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. It's in front of Dana White. That's where I feel. It's in front of Dana White, president of the UFC.
Who would say no to that?
And it's at the UFC Apex. A lot of people dream just to fight there. Man, I got knocked out there. That's how I felt. I was going in there to try to make some money while slapping somebody. Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was not because I wasn't sure how my jaw was gonna hold up. I wasn't sure how the slap was gonna feel because I had never had it done. I was going to first timer. I guess a guy who's been there. So I was like, okay. And then that video, he's like, "Where your mama at?" And then it slaps me. In my mind, I'm sitting there. In my mind at the time, I'm not a bitch. I'm not a bitch. I'm not a bitch. I'm not a bitch. And then I hit it and look at him, and I smiled at him.
Bro, those slaps are no joke, man.
I'm surprised my mic didn't pick it up because I said, "Can I have another one, please?"
Oh shit.
My mic didn't pick it up, which surprised me. I was like, "Well, damn!" I said that would have been great to hear. Can I have another? Because I smiled at him, and then he gave me a face like, which slap Jesus. Look, I've been in. I found him after that they got out of the house and everything, and my second slap on him, he told me he said that was probably the hardest he had ever been hit, even coming through the house. Wow. So that made me feel good. But he did tell me he said you put a lot of these you put a lot of these first timers to shame. I said, what you mean? He said a bunch of people flinching and all that stuff. I was like, oh well. I said when you told me you was slapping on one, I didn't have to worry about getting lined up. I was like, it's coming, fuck it. That's how I felt. But this is crazy. I got 2 of my teammates, a girl that I follow. And two other guys that have been following me through my career, who are amateur fighters, all just got approved to be on Power Slap as well.
Nice.
So, and one of my guys is Brian Stonehands Jackson, and my other guy, he's one of my amateur heavyweights, Tyrell Johns, which He's a solid 250. So he's one of the, well, 260. He's one of those. You better hope you don't lose the coin toss.
Oh yeah, man.
Dude,
the coin toss kind of decides. It decides a lot of shit, man. And like I said, when this shit first started, man, I wasn't a real fan. I was thinking, man, this is fucking dumb. But I loved it. I love anything to do with combat sports, anything to do with MMA, anything to do with just, going out there and putting your shit on the line, bro. I love that shit. Like I said, I started watching it, and first episode, it was kind of corny seeing the fucking rules and these guys talk about technique and all this bullshit. And I'm just saying, man, but these slaps, they were fucking legit, And then as episode 2 progressed, it started getting a little better, It's just like, it's not just one hitter quitters anymore. These guys are actually going in there and they're actually fucking.
See, the first week of fights you've seen were from March with the exhibition. Before it was legal, they did an exhibition to figure out the rules and everything like that. So it was one of those learning episodes. The second one was the first sanction, which the episode that I was on. It was the first sanction one, actual legit rules and everything. Like the rule, there's not many rules. I'm going to tell you, your feet have to stay planted. No stepping, no pivoting. Your feet have to stay planted, and you have to. And you can't catch them with this part of your hand, part of your hand,
no clubbing,
right?
And like I said,
you have to land right here.
When they were explaining that shit, I was like, this is dumb. Why does this even fucking matter? But as the shit, as the show progresses and you see these fights, you're kind of like, wow, I see why there's rules in this now. If somebody steps, that's a huge advantage. If somebody clubs you, that's a huge advantage. If somebody flinches, there's fouls. I was like, man, this is dumb. I swear to God, man, I'm watching this shit and I'm like, this is fucking retarded, bro. But I loved it. Every episode it's been getting better. It's grown on me. I've been telling everybody for the past 4 episodes. I get my wife and kids around and we watch Power Slap. And what I love the most is all the haters, bro. All the people that go out there on social media and talk shit. They go out of their way to talk shit, and it makes their blood boil when I just say you're not a real slap fan. If they fucking hate it. You're not a real slap fan.
But one thing is crazy. Is the Power Slap thing. A lot of people looks at it, laughs at it, but I'm going to tell you, if you realize, you're standing there defenseless, yes, but you're taking less strikes in this than you are in boxing. You can take 1, 2, or 3 in this. That's it. That's you can't take more, unless you, of course, like Jesus just sparred did the other week. He flinched 7 times and took 2 extra slaps for no reason. So
yeah, that shit's brutal, man. Like if you flinch, if you do a foul and you flinch, you're setting yourself up for some fucking hurting, man. Some hurting. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of any of these fucking slaps. That's just.
But I was listening to what y'all was saying before on the first hand about the episode, like what you said about this episode yesterday. Well, I got to give a shout out to my boy AJ for dropping Russell like he did in that last round after he flinched. AJ hits.
AJ's a beast, bro.
That's my boy Static. He gives you that static shock. I tell you that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that guy to slap me, dude. I hope he doesn't slap me for saying I hope he comes out as a transgender at the end of the show. The first transgender fighter.
I will tell you.
Hopefully, don't slap me when you see me, Static. I'm enjoying this shit, bro. I'm enjoying the show. I'm enjoying the haters. It's fun, man. I like it.
And see, like when I first told my manager, because I work at Dave & Buster's, so we show basically everything. Anyway, combat wise. Well, yeah. When I told him that's what I was gonna be on TV. Look, every Wednesday night they've been putting it on with the sound on so they can hear the impact. He said they've actually had people just coming in to watch it now since they met me, because I had a watch party there for the second week. And they actually met me, and people have been coming back in and everything because they've heard that there's a power slap fighter that works at Dave and Buster's. So people's been coming in. And I had this little boy ask me for an autograph because he see me on TikTok getting slapped.
And I'm telling you, bro, that's the thing that the haters don't understand is that as much as you want to hate it, you're contributing to the views and the clicks.
Yeah.
And I think Dana was saying that just the TikTok clicks that they get alone, bro, they're getting like over 10 million views just on one clip, you know.
Part one, the version that I shared on my TikTok, my Instagram, and my Facebook, for me basically doing a duet of watching me slap. Well, that video on like Real F Beezy's TikTok or whatever that name was, I looked at it. It's like 120.2 million views.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ!
It's pulling in
and I've been
pulling in insane amounts of numbers and views, bro.
I've been trying to get him to tag me in it.
When people are talking all this shit, saying it's gonna fail, it's the worst, you know, you might think so, but I don't think it's gonna fail. I think whether Dana White did it or not, it still would have been there. And
I mean, it was already there beforehand because of JT up in Missouri.
And that's what I'm saying. You know, he just took a product and he's just gonna make it better, in my opinion. And I don't know, man. I'm enjoying it. I don't give a shit what anybody says. If you don't like it, you're not a real slap fan.
Oh yeah. So when I fought my bare knuckle boxing match last weekend, or weekend before last, whatever, what the 27th was. Well, Slap. I sent Slap Jesus wanted one of my fight shirts, so I sent him one of my fight shirts.
I saw him wear it.
He was repping me for my fight.
I thought that was badass.
Yeah, I actually got to send one to Anthony Green, who's also on the Power Slap as well, because he fought Joel Scott the first episode. I got to mail him one out, and another buddy of mine, Jeffrey Fuller, he's a real good guy too. He wanted one just to wear on his show. So I said, shoot, I seen you one too.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Because you've known me forever, Roberto. I've always been that easy spoken, cool dude. You know, I've always been that guy. Never been anything worse.
Man, you've been the type of guy that would never say no to a fight. You never say no, never. So yeah, man.
I think I've turned down one pro MMA fight. I've turned down one due to the fact it was kind of one of those 2-week notice fights against a guy who was like a 2-time national champion wrestler. And I'm sitting over here like, man, that ain't even gonna be no punch, though. Man, gonna grab me, take me to the ground. That's gonna be it. I said, no, fuck that. especially the money what they was offering. Just no, not no. Sorry. Oh, but Slap Jesus did tell everybody that he was gonna sleep me with the first slap. But he told me I gained his respect big time, especially when I almost fell off the stage.
That dude's crazy, bro. Slap Jesus.
He waited in a diaper too on last week. I thought it was great.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So being on this Power Slap and being mic'd up and getting followed by cameras, I mean, that must have been an awesome experience, because then you get to know and feel like what the UFC fighters have to go through when they're going into like these pay-per-views, when they have the embeddeds and you got the cameras following them and all of that. You were mentioning that production and all the whole team there. I mean, how was that? I mean, besides with the whole experience in the Power Slap, but with being followed by cameras and mic'd up, I mean, talk to us about that, because I don't think you've ever had that done before.
No, I haven't. So it was a different experience, but I really, really enjoyed it because I'm not camera shy. My mouth's not, and my mouth's
not. Oh,
not.
I know you're not.
My mouth might have the right to be censored. Depends on where it's got to go. But it be like that sometimes. Like, I had a ball. Shoot, that I was out there meeting new people first time in Vegas. Didn't really get to do much because like they wouldn't let us leave. But I I enjoyed it. I had a great time. Like everybody was what's the word I'm looking for? Everybody was respectful. Nobody was like, man, you need to fuck off and do something. Everybody was respectful. All the fighters were respectful. Like the production was like, dude, Dana White, y'all look. He comes off, you know how he has that, I guess, dick mentality, maybe. I guess that's how you can persona that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hold on. Y'all give me 1 second, kids.
Yeah, I don't. I've never seen Dana as a dick. A lot of people do, but
Yeah, no, Dana White is the way he is because he's the fucking face of the UFC. So he's the president.
you gotta have
act
thick
like
skin, bro. You gotta have thick skin.
God,
I wouldn't
God.
want some thin-skinned pussy, running that organization. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but Dana, I'm gonna tell you, Dana, real talk, real legit, cool dude. I enjoyed being in his presence, not just because of who he is, but because how respectful in a dick way he can be. Like, dude, he said we thought you was about to knock him the fuck out, bro. He said good shit. He said, and I remember, and see, he said I remember your name. He said I can't remember why I remember your name, but I remember your name. He said, and then I said because in 2019, was it 2019? No, yes, no, 2020, March 2020. I get a phone call from a Las Vegas nobody recognized. Well, it was him, Mick Maynard, and Sean Shelby on a conference call. This was because they happened just to see that I was co-main eventing the Total Line promotion as my very first bare knuckle event. He remembered the name from my last amateur fight when I hit the man with the spinning back fist and knocked him out in 32 seconds. That blew up worldwide. And they was telling me, my record was 1-1 at the time. They was like, they was calling me know that they're interested in me to maybe be on the Ultimate Fighter or Dana White's Contender Series. I just needed to get a couple of more wins, so I'd be like 3-1 or something like that. Well, then my record went lopsided. But that phone call meant, that phone call meant a lot. Because my coach was with me. I had just got to the gym when I got the phone call. So I had it on speakerphone. So me and my coach was sitting there listening, and I looked at him. I said, "Coach," he said, "I heard it." I said, "I'm not sure," because I made him repeat their names. I just want to make sure I was hearing it correctly. Because I was. But now that and then he remembered, and then Dana said, I knew I remembered your name from somewhere. So that meant a lot when Dana remembered my name. And then he remembers watching me last June for Combat FC in Boston, Joe Cavallero's promotion, because he was hosting a watch party for the Combat FC 1 fight card when I fought Leo Ladera, which I hit him with 2 spinning back fists right out the gun, one to the left, one to the right, bam, bam. And then, a lot of people, he wanted to stand and strike. He said he wanted to stand and strike. That's what he told me he wanted to do. Well, then why did he arm triangle me? Because he was getting that ass beat. I mean,
look, whatever happened in the past, with things happen for a reason. Yeah, you had this toxic relationship. It brought you down. You're losing fight after fight after fight. But now that you're getting rid of all of what it is that you're getting rid of, now it's time to start getting those wins, and then have Dana White call you up and say, "Hey, we want you at Contender Series." And then one day we will see you in the UFC, man.
Just say, I think I might be. I ain't gonna say a little out of the signing to the UFC age range because I just turned 34, which not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. I understand, but with my record being
compared to Roberto,
yeah. Hey, Roberto, hold on. Did Roberto just turn 36?
Yeah, I did.
Hell no. In dog years, maybe.
How old are you now? 51? Mark just lost his jaw when I said that. He was like, "What?"
Shit.
Hell, Rudy's barely pushing 40.
No, man. I'll be hitting
No.
45 in June, so.
Oof.
Yep.
Damn, you old.
Yeah,
I mean,
old,
congrats.
Man. I'm old. It's all right, man. It's all right.
I'll still be able to kick your ass, Paul.
Yeah, yes, you can.
We
Power
got
slap
that old.
shit,
We
bro.
got that old man strength.
Hey, they was actually a podcast doing it on doing the Power Slap like the other week, and they let both the guys get up there with the rules and do it how the rules were and see which one could take it, and the little one not at the bigger guy.
Oh wow!
I can
I need
see
to look
I can
for
see
that.
I can see Rudy and David smacking each other.
Nah, yeah, I would kill David. David's tiny compared to me, man.
Hey, I seen this guy named Mike Webster go to sleep by Emmanuel Munez. We wasn't expecting that.
I'll slap the shit out of anybody, bro. I'll fucking slap the living shit out of anybody.
We'll get Nate Diaz up there with you. He likes to slap.
Yeah.
I was gonna be on Power Slap, but unfortunately Dana didn't like my question. He got really pissed off. I was like, "So Dana, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard would you say you slapped your wife?" And he was like, "Get the fuck out of my office."
You got Roberto dying over here.
Nah, Dana think that's funny, bro. He was like, "You fucking goofball, get out of my fucking office. I don't ever want to see you again." I don't care that you slapped your wife, bro. I slap my wife all the time on the ass.
But Power Slap was was a whole nother great experience, like something completely different. I went in there and not knowing what to expect. I just knew.
Just going back to that really quick, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Oh no, you're fine.
This was filmed like before. When was this filmed? Like it was before New Year's, right?
The first episode was in March. That's when I did it. That's when I did the exhibition. But the second week where I was there, that was the weekend after Thanksgiving. That was the week after Thanksgiving, and then the rest of them have been since they've been in the house, which they left the house I think December 18th. All
right, so all of this happened before the infamous Dana White slapping his wife.
Yes.
When that shit broke, what were like? I want to know what are you guys thinking? You know, the people that are associated with the Power Slap, like what's going through y'all's mind? Like what the hell?
Just say the way I looked at it. I don't like. I didn't really know how to look at it. Yes, you ain't supposed to hit your other person, blah blah blah. But at the same time, it was good advertisement.
Right? That's what I'm saying, bro. Hey, never let a good, never let a
good publicity, bad publicity, bad publicity.
Never let it go to waste.
Hey, that's what Captain Teague said on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Exactly, man. Never let a good tragedy go to waste. I mean, I don't agree with hitting a woman. Could he have handled himself a little better? Yeah. They were both, and the media went fucking nuts, bro. All the Dana haters went nuts when his wife came out the next day and said, "Hey, we were drinking. We were both fucking idiots." And I would agree. Y'all were fucking stupid. How old are you people? To act like that in public, it's stupid, bro. Especially when you get. And what is it with the one single person, the one fucking guy who has his camera? That dude, obviously paparazzi, just fucking there, casing the place, watching Dana White all fucking night. How was
had to have been?
Why was it you're the only motherfucker that has a video of that shit?
He was paid.
I wouldn't say that he was paid, but
to watch him specifically.
I'm gonna say that at that time is when 2 songs by one artist takes everything. Paparazzi and Bad Romance all together.
Oh yeah, man.
Some Lady Gaga for you.
My God.
Paul.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. This is not this type of radio show. My bad.
Oh shit. So now that you did your power slap and you went and fought for BKFC, what's next, man?
March the 11th, Power Slap, and then I'm working on an MMA fight in my hometown in April against an opponent that pulled out on me in 2019, and he pulled out on me in 2020. 2019 because he was having he was having some medical problems, and in 2020 he just went MIA because I was supposed to fight him on my birthday, and it was crazy because it was actually three days after my son died.
Mm.
So I was like, I really wanted to just go punch this man in the fucking face because, it was time. I needed to release everything I had built up from those 3 days. I needed to just go down, which at the same time, I'm kind of glad I didn't. But at the same time, I'm mad I didn't. So, but
well, now you're gonna get your chance.
I'm hoping but only thing about it is he don't know if he can get to 155 pounds, and I'm not cutting to 45.
Yeah, you bro cutting to 45.
I mean, my BKFC fight was at 155. When I got to 155, I felt the best I've ever felt because I had myself eating healthy. I cut out all fried foods 2 months away, which I used to fight at 45. That's why I started. And
I know.
I've told people I can make 45 if the money's right and the time is right.
Yes.
But the way I look at it, 55, I feel at home. 45, the only reason I fought at 45 because I got tired of fighting people taller than me. But now when I get to 45, my first opponent was 6'2". So, but it was like
How tall are you, dude?
6 foot even.
Oh, okay. You're my height.
Yeah, and then
And
I just got my
55.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
But
bro.
hey, but here's the kicker. When I went to the power slap, they was catching neck. They were doing taking neck strength, arm length, and so you know what my reach is?
What?
78.5.
Wow.
Very long.
At 55. I just got to use it.
Yeah.
See, we have this amateur boxer. He's from he's from the Ukraine. He was 20-2 in the Ukraine.
22.
Yep. He comes to America. He started training at our MMA gym, just boxing and a little bit of kickboxing, just in case he wanted to move over to kickboxing. So he trains boxing with us. So a lot of us worked boxing with him. And he had his we got him an amateur boxing match last year. Unfortunately, he lost by decision. But listen to this. This man is 6'4", walks at 165 pounds.
Damn.
But he has a 77.5-inch reach too. And it's crazy because he's getting ready to fight February 18th as his second amateur fight in America. And this time, the opponent he fought last time was eye level with him too. So he wasn't the guy he's fighting now was like 5'8" or 5'9" at 100, and they were fighting at 180 or something.
Wow. Tall and skinny. Well, dude, you shouldn't. For me, I feel like you are good at the 55. Dropping down to 45 right now, man.
I mean, when I was fighting at 45, I was walking around about 64, 65. Now I walk around about 70, 71, which, like I said, I could probably make 45. But see, like I said, I work at a restaurant for one.
Bro, I wish I could get down to that weight. I don't think I've been down. I don't think I've been down that weight since I've been in fucking junior high, bro.
See, I graduated 07, but when I graduated 07, because of wrestling and football and everything, I walked around at my senior year. I was wrestling the 152 pound weight class. I was walking about 155.
Damn.
So I fight at my high school weight.
Yeah, I'm pretty much my high school weight my whole life, bro. 180. I never go above 180. I'm like at 170 right now.
Yeah, that's where I usually stick around 170 because that's why I feel comfortable at. I want to stay there because if like I've been known to take short notice fights at 70, or I have set up fights at 70 just because I don't want to cut weight. Like I'm at that point in my career. It's like, why do I want to cut weight? I want to fight and train, but why do I want to cut weight when I can just be like, hey, I can fight this guy at 170? Which I fought a guy on Halloween weekend, October 29th last year, for Cage Titans in Massachusetts. Great promotion. Love fighting for them, by the way. Them and Combat FC in Boston, great promotions. I love fighting for both of them. They were they was just really cool. Yep. And they both want me back because I put on a show. Like I was fighting for Cage Titans. I fought a guy named Jack Congdon. He was 5-0 as an amateur. He was also their 170 amateur champion. So obviously, I knew I was coming up there fighting the hometown boy, blah blah blah. But when my manager, y'all might know, Joe Elmore is my manager. So Joe Elmore and my management team, when he looked it over, my coach looked at it over, I was like, Paul, that's actually a good matchup for you. He said he's gonna be bigger, but you'll be quicker, and y'all, because you could tell he was a karate fighter too, like myself. But so it was like we feel like it was a good matchup, which it was, because I was the only thing that was different. I don't know why, but I wasn't even cutting weight because I was fighting at 170. I was eating, doing my normal stuff, training and eating, but I ended up weighing in at 163 that day.
Wow.
I wouldn't even try to cut weight. That's why I was like, what the hell? So when I get there, I'm like, man, I'm almost on scale eating a Whopper, shit. But no, like, and the fight, like, I lost in 45 seconds because I had him in a high ankle lock, a high ankle toe hold from it's a Hapkido high ankle toe hold, which I had him in, and then as he pulled away, I was able to grab him by the hips, going for like a good double leg, got him on the cage. But he told me he weighed 192 on fight day. I weighed 167 on fight day. So it was like he lifted and turned me and then started kneeing me in the face. So I was like, oh, I feel like I'm getting bullied in the schoolyard. It's like one of these like the little scary movie thing. And then after I lost that one is when because that's when I had already signed up for Power Slap and got accepted.
Nice.
I just if I lost, I just needed to make sure I wasn't suspended for 30 days, which 15 days was all I had. All they gave me because I knew what I was doing, I knew where I was at, I knew everything going on. So hey, I'll take it.
Nice. Well, that's good, man. That after that Power Slap, you weren't suspended for a full 30 days. It's pretty cool that you got into the realm of bare knuckle fighting, and now you got this opportunity to be on the pay-per-view with Power Slap in March, and then after that you have that possible MMA fight. So you're one of those guys that I've known that has always stayed busy no matter what. You just like I said, I have yet to see you say no to a fight other than the one that you said no to. But it's always fun, man, to follow your career. Like I said, I've been following you for a decade, man, and it's fun watching you and talking to you with outside of fighting as well, and it's fun, man. It's fun, and
I want to ask you a question though. When we met all those years ago, What at first did you just think I was just somebody who's fighting in the backyard that probably like wouldn't do anything with career? Because a lot of people thought that about me at first. Because I went to a promoter one time and told him I'd be back fighting on one of his cards, and it comes out I fought for his title on his card twice. So it's like
so when I first saw a video of yours in your backyard, I was like, okay, this guy is fighting backyard fighting. Backyard fighting back then, all these years ago, that was in. I mean, it's still in now, but back then, that was what everybody was watching, was the backyard fighting, Kimbo Slice. You know, you got these other guys that did all of that.
And see, that was actually
I have never ever doubted you, and I knew that one day you were gonna make a name for yourself, and that's why I kept following you.
And see, where I was when in the backyard where I was training it, that was actually where my very first boxing coach. That was his actual gym. He had a boxing ring and everything. That was his actual gym. Because he had a building, but he decided he didn't want the building anymore. He just because we could do it in his garage or his backyard, save money. So that's what we did. But then I told him I was looking forward to doing MMA, and he said, which he had like 5 high school wrestlers and like a couple wrestlers, people who wrestled in high school. That trained that came over and boxed. So we would get out there and wrestle and box and do all MMA. Not really know he couldn't really coach it because he was just a boxing coach. Rest in peace, Daryl. He lost his life 2018, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was he just say this. He was the first coach that gave me a start, because he the one that I met trying to trade gloves in an academy sports, trying to get a smaller size, and he gave me his boxing card, his business card. So he started me off, and then I found a guy I knew that went to school with my sister, who was a karate coach, who I was looking to help corner me my second fight. And so he took me in, trained me a little bit because I didn't know what I was doing, not throw a kick, blah blah blah. But then that was Billy Joe Cook and Jason and Abnett. Now I've been with my same coach who was at that time he was one of my training partners, but he was also one of my coaches as well when I was under Billy and Jason. Now he's my head coach, which was Coach Bradley Pruitt of No Mercy MMA out of Union, South Carolina, and he's been like my mentor and everything. But right now, even though I'm still fighting, I'm coaching as well, of course. Your younger kids or younger talent, and I'm also managing 10 fighters as well, which I'm managing most of our fighters in the gym, and another guy named Justin Williams out of Tennessee. I'm helping find fights and everything. Like, I'm not asking for any kind of pay. I'm just like, because everybody knows I got good connections. People know I'm good. They know I'm a good person, and my team always comes to fight. Like last year alone, I want to say we had I want to say 25 fights last year.
Wow.
And that was from ages 9 to me, 33. We had my son made his MMA debut. My 15-year-old made his MMA debut last year. We had another 16-year. We had another 16-year-old made his kickboxing debut. They both lost by really, really tough split decisions. It was like that one punch that shouldn't have landed won it. It was like that. Both of those were that close. And because my son almost submitted his guy with an Ezekiel choke in the first round. And then we had Dylan, we had Caleb and Jacob Lanier, our 8 and 9 year, our 9 and 10-year-old little boys, that made their kickboxing debuts. Then we had the 15-year-olds, Austin and Caden, making their kickboxing debuts. So we had a lot of young talent last year making their debuts. Like my toxic ex-wife, she made her MMA debut in January last year. Which we're on good terms and everything. We're way better as friends now than we was together. So respectfully, I respect her now.
Yeah, well, that's always good, man. When you have, especially when you have kids, it's always good that you guys remain friends and are in good with each other. Maybe not with each other,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, bro, our time is getting close, man. As always, brother, it's always fun having you on the show, man. We really do appreciate you jumping on. I know it's pretty late out there with you, but we, I I see you more as a friend than I do as a fight fan. You know, I mean, it's just always fun seeing, you know, all these guys that I've been following for the last 12, 10, 12 years, man, and just being on TV or just fighting for a lot of promotions, and it's always fun, especially with you, man. You know, like I said, I've seen you since you were in the backyard and the front yard. The floor was just carpet, you know. So yeah, man. But hey, before we let you go, bro, anybody, any shout outs, any sponsors, or anybody you want to give a shout out, man, go for it. The floor is yours, bro.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to a few of my sponsors. I want to give a shout out to Guaranteed Motors LLC out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. They've been one of my long term sponsors. Drew Metcalf and Bobby Greer, dude. They're like two of the best people. They support everything they did. They actually just got them a dirt track car with their logo and everything on it. So they're really like really good people. So if y'all ever need a car and y'all know anybody that needs a car in South Carolina, send them to Guaranteed Motors. It's two of the best people you can buy from. Also, I want to give a shout out to Ground Zero. They just came on board. Last fight. I think we're gonna stick together. Ground Zero is a concert hall where if you like any kind of music, like they've had Afro Man, they've had ICP, they've had Fire from the Gods, they've had Attila, they've had a bunch of different kind of bands. I'll tell you, the Afro Man show was lit. But besides that, also I want to give a shout out to my band, another one of my sponsors, which is the heavy metal band called Filth. Check them out, badass band all together. Just if y'all listen to death metal, black metal, heavy metal, check them out. Especially their song Rat Trap, shit's legit. And also my other sponsor, Redefined, another rock band out of a local rock band, but they've opened for the Texas Hippie Coalition. Like they've been around. They've opened for Attila and play and just all great guys. They've been with me since 2018, 2019 when I started my pro career. They've been around for a while as well. And also one last shout out. I always manage to forget it. Actually, no, sorry, I got one more after this. But I want to give a shout out to the Paper Street Sign Company. They made last fight. I needed a fight poster. I went over there. They was like, if you let us throw your logo on it, we'll take. If we throw a logo, we'll give you the sign for half off. And they had it done in a day, like legit walkout banner and everything done in a day. Great, worked out perfect. And my last but not least, my last sponsor. I always forget them. I should never forget them, but I always do. And that's Gun 1 and Gun 2. Because they hear the bang and we stay in here. We stay ready.
And I want
to thank y'all for having me on. So hey, y'all know if y'all ever need to spill a spot, hit me up. I'm always willing to hop on and just for the hell of it.
Okay. Well, I will definitely keep you in mind, bro. Right on, man.
I want to tell y'all I love y'all and thank y'all, and make sure y'all always eat y'all's vegetables.
Thanks, you, brother.
Always. Thanks,
no
man.
problem.
Have a good night, Paul.
Y'all too. Thank you.
Oh man, Paul is such a good fucking guy, man. I love this dude.
Yeah, Paul's a good dude, man. I'm glad to see that.
Yeah.
That he's getting out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I am too. Like I said, man, I've been friends with Paul since I started my first looking for friends on Facebook.
It was wild, man. When I saw him on Power Slap, I was like, "Hey, that's Paul, man. We've had him on the show." And then, he got slapped, and I was like, "Ah, shit." But then I heard that he's going to be on the pay-per-view. I was like even more excited. And then, you told me he was gonna be on the show. I was even more excited. I was like, hell yeah, dude. Paul's good people, man.
He is. He is.
And
I love Paul.
Just the fact that you get to experience all of that behind the scenes shit and meet Dana White. That's cool, man. That's a cool experience.
Yeah. And for Dana White to remember his name all those years back then and say, hey, I remember that name. That's like,
Dana remembers me.
I know he does. Aren't you banned?
Yeah. Nah, Dana White hasn't banned me yet.
Oh my God.
He can't ban me, then he can't rip off all the shit that he does for me.
I know, right? Like the who you got?
Well, he's definitely ripping that shit off, and the fucking watch parties, the UFC watch parties.
Yeah.
Like we did that shit first, bro.
He has a Slapsgiving event in November. I'm suing him.
Yeah, bro. He can't have a slap event and call it Slapsgiving.
No. Oh, that's our shit right there.
Yeah, that's ours.
Right on. UFC 284 this weekend.
Here we go.
We have two title shots. Two title fights. We have Alexander Volkanovski fighting that other guy that I can't remember his name.
Fuck God.
Yeah, you're right. Islam Makhachev. I'm just doing a thing.
Macchiato?
Yeah, that guy. That other dude that's over there gonna fight the Alexander guy. We have Yair Rodriguez fighting Josh Emmett. Randy Brown versus Jack Della Maddalena. Justin Taffa versus Parker Porter. And to start off the main card, we have Jimmy Crute versus Alonso Manafield. So right now, we got time just to do the main card, with the prelims. There's some good fights on the prelims as well. There's probably one sandwich of the fight night there. I think it's going to be...
sandwich of the night fight. Luke Bunmi versus Elise Reed.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one, bro. That's the one. That's going to be sandwich.
That's going to be I don't know, man. I'm not very excited about that fight.
Me neither, man. Me neither. It's one of those fights that we definitely know it's going to be a sandwich of the night fight, for sure.
I don't know, a lot of these fights, I don't know, bro. To be honest with you, I see a lot of decisions on this card already.
Me too.
It's one of those cards where it's like I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on anybody winning.
Yeah, it's to me the prelims. It's gonna be it's one of those prelims, the early and the main prelim, where if you miss the fight, it's okay. You missed it. Just know who won or who lost, or just watch the replay. I don't know. It's not a big deal if you missed the fight or not. Now the main card, that's another story. I feel like the main card is going to be the one that's going to sell the pay-per-view, obviously, because it's the pay-per-view card. But I think a lot of people are going to be watching this event so they can get a feel and lead up to a better ending of the pay-per-view. Let's start off with the main card, the first fight of the pay-per-view. Jimmy Crute versus Alonso Manafield. Rudy, what are the odds on this one, man?
Oh, let me see, man. I don't have that pulled up right away. But this is the first fight on the card, right?
Yeah, the main card.
Yeah.
The main card. Yeah, let me pull that up, dude. Talk about it. Oh, so it's Jimmy Crute's a minus 230 favorite, of course. I mean, he's fighting in his backyard. Alonso Manafield's a plus 195 underdog in this fight, which is not very good, man. I don't see him as being an underdog. Tapology doesn't see Manafield as being an underdog either.
Well, look, Manafield is coming in with 2 wins. Crute is coming in with 2 losses.
Yeah, 2 losses, bro.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a win in 2 years.
Yeah. And to give Jimmy Crute the edge of winning just because it's in his backyard, yeah,
It's kind of cheesy
I
when they
don't
do that,
know.
honestly. I find that a little bit cheesy when they do that to hometown fighters.
Yeah, I mean that's just the way it is. You know, if you're gonna be betting, you always want to bet on the home guy. But I don't know, man. I think if Jimmy Crute loses by Alonzo Manifield in an Alonzo Manifield way, it's probably going to be curtains for Jimmy, man. That or he's just going to be fighting in the prelims and
Yeah,
work
it could
his
be
way up to
painful.
a main.
No, I think he's on the chopping block, bro. If he loses this fight,
Hmm.
which I think he will, he's done.
Because that'd be 3 in a row.
Yeah, it'll
So-
be 3-0. Losing in front of your home crowd, it's not a good look.
Dana White's cut people on winning streaks, so you
This
know what I
should
mean?
be a
He's
gimme,
gonna cut
bro.
people on
It's like,
losing
you know what?
streaks.
We're gonna let you fight, for your job in front of your home crowd. That's a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah,
It
it
is.
is. That's a lot of pressure.
Especially having to fight a guy like Atomic Alonzo Manifield coming
Mhm.
at you. Like, fuck that guy, bro. I don't want to get hit by that guy.
Bro, Manifield he's got power. He has power, and I just don't feel like Jimmy Crute is going to be able to take all that power, man.
I don't think so either, man. I think Jimmy Crute's
No.
he's gonna buckle. I think it's gonna be like a second round TKO.
That's a good call. I am not mad at that call,
Yeah.
man. Second round TKO is a very good call. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, and it looks like
let's-
the betting odds, bro. So Menifield's gonna be a good bet to go with. He's a plus 159 underdog on this card. Maybe it'll get closer. Closer to the event, but I don't know, man. I would take Menifield right now at plus 159 if I were you folks.
Yep.
I don't see him losing that fight. I really don't.
No, I don't either, man. It's going to be a good start of the pay-per-view. It's a perfect slot for these guys to be fighting in. We are going to see someone get knocked out, and it's going to be Crute. And I feel like it's going to be in the second round, early in the second round. Right on.
Probably within the first 2 minutes.
Yeah. Let's see. Next up, we got Justin Taffa. These guys are the heavyweights against
The big
Parker
boys.
Porter. Yeah, we got the big boys fighting. Parker Porter coming in at 13-7, and Justin Taffa at 5-3.
Isn't Porter coming off a losing?
Yeah,
Porter's
he's coming.
a couple losses now, isn't he?
Just one loss to Jayton Almeida.
One.
Just one loss? Oh, okay.
Yeah, to Jayton Almeida. Before that, he
Was
was
it
on a 3-fight win streak, man. So he was
Okay.
doing good. And I remember when he came on the scene,
Yeah.
I made fun of him. I was like, bro, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Parker Porter, Peter Porter.
Yeah, we made fun of him a little bit, but
Yeah, I did. But yeah, he was impressive.
come on,
bro.
his name rhymes with so many funny things, so we can't help it.
He was going out there and
If your name rhymes with funny shit, we're gonna make fun of you.
he was going out there and kicking ass, bro. And
Yeah.
I just don't see him kicking ass against Justin Taffa on his home turf.
No.
That's not good. I think he's gonna get. This is probably gonna end up being a. He's got to knock him out, bro. I don't see him, going the distance with Porter. I think if it goes the distance, it goes more in favor of Porter, because the fights that he's won them all by decision. So
Yeah.
I'm going with Justin Taffa first round KO.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he the way he beat Hunsucker was pretty brutal, man. It was bad. So for Taffa to win and coming in with that type of win and then fighting at home, it's going to be a huge advantage. This time it's the other way around. We said Crute is going to be hard for him, but now with Taffa, it'll be a huge advantage coming in with that type of win. And Porter with a loss, I feel like Tafa's going to be able to seal the deal with this one and knock out Porter, hopefully in the first round. Because I don't know how good Tafa's cardio is, but it's at home. He doesn't have to travel, doesn't have to deal with any of that shit. So it's going to be good, man. It's going to be a good fight.
Anything, at the most, it goes to the second round if, but it should end in the first round.
Right on. Next up, we got the welterweights. We have Randy Brown versus Jack Della Maddalena. What are the odds on this one, Mr. Rudy?
So this fight,
I feel like this is going to be crazy odds.
Jack Della Maddalena. No, it's not that crazy. I mean, he's a
No?
minus 325 favorite, plus 250 underdog. Randy Brown coming in his backyard. Jack, he's won his last 5 in a row. I think even more than that. Randy has won his last four out of 5 fights. I don't know, man. This fight, I don't like this matchup for Jack Della Maddalena. I like Jack.
No.
He's a great fighter, man. It's just he hasn't fought somebody like Randy Brown, bro. Randy's 6'3". He's got a 78-inch reach. Jack is 5'11", 73-inch reach. Jack usually has to close the distance, man. He likes to get on the inside and work. I don't think he's going to be able to do that against Randy Brown, man. I'm going to give this one. I was saying Maddalena, but I'm going to go with Brown, bro. I'm going to go Brown. I think he does enough to probably get a decision.
Yeah, man, it's when you look at the win streak of Maddalena, I mean, none of his fights ever go past the second round. He's always finishing his fights. I think there's maybe 2 or 3. There was 2 that were stopped, or one was stopped. It was a doctor stoppage, and the other one was by unanimous decision. But if you look at the other fights, from back in 2016 until now, he hasn't lost since 2016 and haven't passed the first or the second round. And most of those fights, he's finished them. But he hasn't fought a guy like Randy Brown. And just like you said, Rudy, Randy Brown is a taller, longer fighter. I don't see Randy Brown finishing Maddalena. I think that's going to be a hard task for him. But I do feel that it's going to be a unanimous decision win. Now, Maddalena is going to go in there and bring it like he always does. I mean, we can't say that he's not. I mean, all these fighters do. But knowing the way that Jack fights, it's going to be a good fight. It's not going to be a finish. And if it is, I mean, it's probably going to be a Hail Mary from Jack and landing a nice, clean hook or whatever. But it's going to be a good fight, man, and it's rightfully so where it's at. It's the feature fight of the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
The matchmakers did well in this one, but I just feel like Jack is going to have a hard time trying to fight and win this fight against Randy Brown, man.
Yeah, I mean, Randy Brown has taken, Bilal Muhammad to a decision. He lost to Vicente Luque. I mean, he's only lost a couple of times in the UFC, Out of all his fights, he's lost.
But look who he lost against.
Yeah, Vicente Luque, Nico Price, Bilal Muhammad, Michael Graves. Yeah, man, I'm not sleeping on Randy Brown, bro. I'm really not. I really like Jack Della, but I don't know. I don't like this fight for him, bro. I don't like this matchup for him.
Your boy's gonna be a very, very tough fight for him.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough fight, dude. I'll give him that, man. This is gonna be a good, tough fight for him. If he wins, hey, you know what? More power to you, bro. That's a huge feather in your cap. But
yes, it is.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah, and being that he is fighting, Jack is going to be fighting at home. I think it's a huge pressure on him because of his win streak, and he wants to keep that win streak, right? So it's a lot of pressure on him. It's another one of these other, fighters that are fighting at home that we feel like it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard, a lot of pressure. Randy Brown, he don't give a shit where he fights.
No.
So it's going to be good, man. It's going to be a good fight. Right on for the co-main event, the featherweight division, fighting for the UFC interim featherweight championship belt. We have the Mexican Yair Rodriguez taking on the American Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett is one of those guys that if you pick him, you have that 99.9% chance that he's going to win.
Yep. Right.
Yair is a tough fighter. I love Yair. He is one of my favorite fighters. A lot of people give me shit because I follow Pantera, but I love Yair. All his fights are never boring. They're not boring. They're fun to watch. He's always the first one to bleed. I feel like Josh Emmett is going to cut him and he's going to bleed. And I think that's going to fuel Yair to want to win this belt. I mean, he is deserving of this belt. Not that Josh isn't, It's a good matchup, and it's going to be a very tough fight for Yair because Josh Emmett is a tough fighter.
Who you got?
Yeah, he is.
I got Yair winning. I feel like it's gonna be by unanimous. It could be different. I think there could be a potential knockout by Josh.
Do you think this would be Josh Emmett's last shot at a belt then if he loses?
No,
I don't think
because he's getting up there. He's getting up there. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah,
he hasn't been very active the last few years. It seems like it feels like he hasn't been fighting as much as he used to.
His last fight was 7 months ago against Calvin Kattar.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that was 7 months ago.
A year, and then before, he's one of the most active fighters on the UFC roster. What are you talking about?
Well, active fighters is freaking 7 fights in a year. Active fighters is 7 fights in a year, bro. Not freaking one every year.
7 fights in a year? What are you smoking, bro? Who the fuck does that?
He's not no Cowboy Cerrone, bro.
Yeah,
that's true. He's not.
With guys who fight at the caliber that he fights at, bro, you're not gonna have fucking 7 fights in a year. I'm telling you that much. There's no way in hell you're gonna do 7 fights.
I just don't really care for Josh Emmett that much anymore.
Level.
Yeah, no, man. You know what? If Josh Emmett does lose against Yair, it's not the end of him.
Fuck
he's
no.
gonna come back.
I don't think he'll be able to get up to that total again. That's all.
He'll jump back into title contention. Josh Emmett, I feel like he's one of those guys that, if he does lose, back to the drawing board Monday and stack up another three wins and let's get that title shot again. Maybe the next one could be his last shot of a title shot.
I mean,
maybe
if anyone can beat Yair, it's gonna be Josh Emmett, bro. I mean, to be honest, Yair really hasn't fought. He's fought once in 3 years. I don't consider his fight against Ortega a fight because that was
a doctor stoppage.
Doctor stoppage.
Yeah.
It was dumb. So I really haven't seen Yair do too much, man, for like 3 years.
Yeah.
The last fight he did was against Holloway, and that was a decision. It was a great fight. Not taking anything away from him. But, these decisions, the fighters that could take him to decision, it doesn't really go his way for him, man. If he's going to win, he's going to have to knock out Josh Emmett. I don't think that's going to happen, bro.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I was saying I was going to go Rodriguez decision, but I'm changing my vote to Emmett just to spite you, Mark.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, shit. It's going to be a good fight. We all know it is. When we see Josh Emmett in the cage, he always brings it. When we see Yair Rodriguez in the cage, he always brings it. These guys, they're going to go in there, touch gloves, and go to war. You know, it's going to be a fun co-main event. What are the odds on this one, Rudy?
The betting odds on this one, Yair Rodriguez comes in as a minus 190 favorite, plus 157 underdog for Josh Emmett.
Nice.
This whole card is very evenly matched. That's why I said, you know, it looks like there's going to be a lot of decisions. Not saying that taking anything away from the event. It's just that it's that very well evenly matched. When you see a lot of decisions on a card, it usually means that the guys are very well matched up.
Yeah.
Same as the spread on these fights, man. I don't see anything insane like minus 1,500 favorite. Nothing like that, bro. I think the biggest favorite is Takugov, the first fighter against Elvis Brenner. He's a minus 600 favorite. That's the biggest. You know, it's the biggest. That's the biggest betting favorite on this card, man. But I think last pay-per-view there was like a 1,600 plus 16 minus 1,600 favorite. It was crazy, bro.
Wow. Well, the fighter who wins this interim belt will obviously going to fight the guy we're going to talk about next, Alexander Volkanovski against Islam Makhachev. They're going to be fighting for the lightweight championship belt. We all know Alexander is the current featherweight champ. That's why there's the interim. Yair Rodriguez versus Josh Emmett. Like I said, whoever wins that is going to potentially, or not potentially, but it's going to fight Alexander. But right now, Alexander has his eyes sight against Islam Makhachev. Right now, for me, I'm picking Islam, man. It's just, I've always picked Alexander. He's a badass fighter. To me, he's one of the, number one fighter, obviously, in this division and in the UFC. But Islam, the things that he's done to come up to where he's at right now, I don't know, man. I think Alexander's got his hands full against Islam. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough fight.
Yeah, very tough fight for Alexander Volkanovski.
It is, man.
I mean, he's fighting a bigger guy, bro. He's coming down in weight to fight him, and I don't see it going well for Volkanovski, man. It's a classic striker versus grappler matchup, and you know what I say, man. Grapplers always going to give them the advantage, and this guy's got a huge fucking advantage because his grappling is phenomenal.
Bro, it's fucking insane.
Volkanovski, you know, all his fights, he's known for his fights on the feet. You know what I'm saying? And the only way he's going to make this a fight is if he keeps it on the feet. Every round starts on the feet, but after every round starts on the feet, you're going to get taken down, man. And this is a battle of attrition, in my opinion. Whoever gets tired, man, first is going to win this fight, and I think that's going to be Volkanovski, bro. I got Makhachev winning this, bro. I think he's going to submit him, you know, probably in the third round.
Dude, this like what you said about Islam's ground game, bro. It's freaking insane to watch this guy in there, to do what he does in there, as big as he is. During the weigh-ins tomorrow morning, we're going to see the difference between Alexander and Islam. It's just going to be insane, bro. And then when they rehydrate and then they step in the cage Saturday night, it's going to be a whole other beast with Islam against Volkanovski. It's going to be like David against Goliath. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I'm excited for this fight. I'm excited for the co-main. I'm excited for the feature fight. Dude, it's just, we're going to see and you. No, and still and you. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, this event, it doesn't. I don't know, bro. For it being a pay per view, it doesn't really. It's not really popping. It doesn't really. I don't know, man. Not like the last one was amazing. This one just really doesn't catch my eye, bro. There's a lot of good fights on it. Don't get me wrong, but there's just a lot of fights. Just like what the fuck, like Koulibaly versus Bagdasarian. Come on, man. Rodriguez versus Ross.
I know it's
Malarkey versus Prado. Jenkins
Malarkey.
versus
Malarkey's not even fucking ranked, and he's going to be fighting at number one.
I don't give a fuck about these fights. Builder versus
I
Young.
know.
There's a lot of fights that I just do not. I don't care for them.
To me, right now, the way I look at it, the prelims, it's not on my radar at all. I really, genuinely, right now, I can say that I really don't care about the prelims. The only fights I do care is the co-main and the main event, and maybe the Randy Brown versus Madalena fight. That's
fair.
it. That's it.
That's fair. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, the last three fights on the card is what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be good, man. I just don't know about the prelims. They're probably gonna prove us wrong. That'd probably be like the most exciting fucking first round finishes that we will ever see in the prelims.
I hope, man.
Yeah.
Hey, we've been wrong before, right?
Yes, we have.
Oh man, you know what we didn't do? We didn't grade the fight poster. I kind of like it, man. I kind of like this fight poster. It's not too overdone. I'm gonna give it about an 8.
It's all right. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty clean. It's pretty clean. I like it.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
like
give it a
it.
7, which is what I think the event is gonna be overall. Is a 7.
A 7. Oh man, yeah,
That's fair.
yep. Well, this event is going to start at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. The main card, it is going to be a pay-per-view event, so get that credit card, or find other means and ways to be able to watch the the main card or the entire card.
Catch me if you can, motherfucker.
Oh shit! We will have the live results.
I'm watching
at the website. We will have the live results at the website at FightBookMMA.com. We really do appreciate everybody that's watching and or listening. Thanks again to Paul Teague for jumping on the show and as a guest. He's really always enjoy having him on the show. He's just a cool guy. Shout outs to David going out there and making that money. Couldn't be on the show tonight, but next Thursday, I might not be able to be on the show next Thursday. Next Thursday is the weigh-ins for bare knuckle. I'm going to go pick up Arlo Jumper at the airport. He's going to be staying at my house until Sunday. We're going to go cover the event Friday night at the Tingley Coliseum for bare knuckles. So we are going to be in Media Row. But I will know on Thursday if I am going to be able to jump on or not. It just all depends on the time I get my bed in, because I'm getting a new bed. Out of all days that I get a new bed, it's the fucking Thursday. So, but I feel like I am going to be able to jump on. I just, it's going to be rushed, but because I really want to talk about the UFC 284 and the results Thursday, and then the bare knuckle event that Friday night. So thanks for everybody that's watching and or listening. We really do appreciate your support. Please go to FightBookMMA.com for all your combat sports news. Go to our new YouTube page. Just Google FightBook MMA, not FightBook. FightBook MMA, because there is another YouTube channel called FightBook. They're not us.
No, they're not.
So just make sure you put the MMA at the end. Go to our Facebook page. Go ahead and like and follow us, please. We're always pushing out content. And our Twitter, follow Rudy, follow Mark, follow David, follow all of us. And yeah, other than that, have a good night. Enjoy the fights. And we will talk to you next Thursday night. Peace.